Hello, and welcome to the Charterstone Times, an award-winning investigative journalism and local gossip podcast, bringing you the latest news from the Santa Royale Charterstone apartment complex. Here, we aim to be your in-depth source for all going-ons in the Merryworth universe. Good morning, Santa Royale. It is Friday, March 15th, 2024, and you're here for the last episode of the work week for the KEITHCAST, bringing you all of the hottest news and gossip about Santa Royale's most famous and beloved resident, Keith Hilland. Yes, for a special treat, we may indeed have an interview with Keith himself at the end of this episode. To start with, let's recap yesterday, where Jeff and Mary continued to drive to the bumboat. Mary mentioned she was in the mood for dinner by the ocean, and Jeff confirmed himself to be a follower of Keith when he wanted the surf and turf. Mary, showing signs of being sick and bored of playing with Keith, mentioned she wants salmon, and thanked Jeff for coming to the garden with him. Jeff, I don't think Keith would have gone to the garden unless it were with Kitty and Sonia, his girlfriend and girlfriend's daughter. Today, we find ourselves at the bumboat. The old familiar for Mary. She only eats at the bumboat, much like Keith only eats real meat burgers at the local burger store. The maitre d', Jerry, greets them and says, "Good evening, Mary and Jeff. Let me show you to your usual table." Yes, Mary and Jeff are regulars here despite the lack of Keith Hilland's presence, showing indeed the fact that they may not be quite as good residents of Santa Royale as we expected. Jerry has a pencil bar mustache, not a thick one like Keith. Perhaps it is a bit inspired by it, though. He has the same recruit haircut that Keith Hilland has. Will Jerry know Keith Hilland and talk to Mary and Jeff about him? We'll have to find out tomorrow, because for the rest of today, Jeff simply thanks Jerry and says they're always hungry for his excellent fare. And now, as promised, we have a special interview with Keith Hilland. Hey, Keith, how's it going? Have you been enjoying your time here in Santa Royale so far? Yes, it is quite nice this time of year. Oh, okay. I'm sorry you have to run, Keith. It's been nice talking to you. That's all for today's edition of the Charterstone Times. Thank you again, as always, for listening. I hope you will tune in tomorrow to see what else happens in the exciting world of the Charterstone Apartments and Merryworth.